give my reaction and just my overall point of view of Sabastian Telfair, and I'm going to give a reaction of his interview that he did on DJ Vlad. And you guys can go watch that interview. Just go type in Sabastian Telfair and DJ Vlad. Now, I almost forgot about Sabastian Telfair. This is no disrespect towards him. I just forgot where he was from. I forgot that he went straight to the league right out of high school. And I just forgot about Sabastian Telfair altogether. That's how much of a lackluster career that he had as an NBA ball player. Sabastian Telfair was a 6'6" point guard coming out of high school, Brooklyn, New York. He played at Lincoln High School. He was a McDonald All-American, and he was Mr. Basketball. I believe he was Mr. Basketball in New York. He was a big deal in high school. I mean, the guy went straight to the pros from high school. Now, when I first saw Sabastian Telfair play, I thought he was quick. I thought he had good handles, like most New York point guards. I thought he had good handles, quick, and overall a really explosive player. Because I remember watching him play in high school. I'm like, okay, this guy is good. But I knew at that time, how is he going to be able to do that in the NBA? How is he going to be able to do that? Coming straight from high school as a point guard, NBA, that's a very, very difficult feat to accomplish. Because in that time period that he came out, there was some monsters during that time period in the point guard position. And I'm kind of glad I did watch the interview with DJ Vlad. I was able to learn a lot from the interview, and I was able to sympathize with him a little bit more. When I first saw Sabastian Telfair play, I thought he was brash, and I thought he was arrogant, to be honest with you. I thought he was arrogant. And when he played in the NBA, I just thought he was a quick guy who couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot to save his life. And to be a point guard in any era, you got to be able to shoot the basketball. Now, today's NBA ball players, a lot of these guys can shoot. All these guys can fill it up. All these guys can fill it up. But back then, you can get away with being a passing point guard. Pass first, shoot later point guard. And have a decent NBA career. Sabastian Telfair couldn't even do that. He struggled to do that. And I learned a lot from the interview. I didn't know that he was traded that many times. I didn't know he had gotten a lot of trouble off court. I didn't know all that. And I didn't know he was slated to go to Louisville. And I did hear of some of his troubles with the law, but I'm glad I was able to listen to that, watch that interview, because I get a more of an understanding of his upbringing and where he came from. And then I realized, oh, this is why he was not a consistent NBA point guard, because he was getting into a lot of trouble. He had a lot of issues when it came to different NBA teams. And it must be hard on the guy to where you gotta take care of your family at such a young age. His dad was a Vietnam vet. And his dad, has some medical problems. He's saying that, total of 15 kids in his family. His dad had kids from a previous relationship, and his mom had kids from a previous relationship. So he was born into poverty. He was saying they didn't even have a car. Oh, that's why he went straight to the league. It must be tough for a young man to take on that responsibility. Your whole family's dependent upon you to make it. See, I didn't know all that about it. I didn't know that Stephon Marbury was his cousin. I didn't know that. Sometimes we can judge athletes and we can judge players and not really know the things that these guys have to overcome and their circumstances. Shout out to DJ Vlad getting these brothers to get on this platform and snitch on themselves. Shout out to DJ Vlad, the colonizer. Good job, DJ Vlad, the Russian colonizer. You get these Negroes to get on the platform and self-snitch on themselves. Brothers, we get on these white platforms and sing like the Temptation. Boy, do we sing. Sabastian Telfair was talking about he was getting paid, coaches, Adidas or what the Nikes was paying them. And, oh my goodness. But I'm not gonna go all the way details with that. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother channel. I'm trying to get these coins off this video. I can't digress. I want all my 40 cents. But guys, I'm not going to make this video too long. Go look at the interview of Sabastian Telfair, the interview that he did with DJ Vlad. Yeah, that's just my take on Sabastian Telfair. He didn't pan out to be the player that he should have been. I think he was a 13th pick in the NBA draft. Got drafted to the Portland Trail Blazers, but he never had the career. And I don't think he was just ready. I don't think he was ready. I don't think he was ready. He never developed a shot. He never developed a consistent outside shot. I think his best year in the NBA, he averaged like 9 points a game. That was with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And there's really not much to talk about when it comes to Sabastian Telfair's NBA career. It's not really much to talk about. Very forgettable. He blew through a lot of money. And But I'm not going to go in and start slamming him. I think I said enough about him. I'm not going to talk about his legal troubles and the recent scam that he got caught with, scamming the NBA medical healthcare program. You guys can do your research on him. Yeah, that's my take on Sabastian Telfair. That's my brief take on the interview that you did with DJ Vlad. You guys go ahead and subscribe to Basketball Nerds.